It's life, life of pets. Thank you. The secret life of pets, not toys. All right, so let's talk about the secret life of teenagers. And then I've got a couple of questions that I'm asking. Don't worry, they're not plenty. I think it's just two. I'm saying a couple of. I just wanted to speak English. Okay, so here are the questions that I'll be asking, or that I'm asking actually in the course of this conversation. What do you wish your parents knew about you as a teenager? So you could be a grown-up right now. Excuse me. You could be a grown-up right now, but there are things you wished your parents knew about you as a teenager. Could you share that with me? Or maybe you are already a teenager. Could you also share with us, what are those things you wish your parents actually knew about you as a teenager? And so this is also a question to every other person now. Maybe as a parent or as a child. Do you feel you have a close enough parent-child relationship? Talk to us about that. How so? If you say yes, I feel I do. All right, explain to us. So I actually came across an article recently, and the writer said something about relationship between parents and their teenage children. Now, this person highlighted the fact that no matter how close a teenager is with the parents, no matter how much of a cool mom and cool dad you are as a parent, sadly, darling, there are things that these teenagers will never tell you. In fact, he said he had a conversation with a girl. Was it a girl? Anyway, with a teenager. And the teenager just actually told him, yeah, my mom is really cool. In fact, she's my best friend. Sometimes when they say that, I just wonder how. But there are things I can't tell her. I don't want to tell her. I can't bring myself to say that to her. I don't even want her to know. Now, there are actually many other things that are true for teenagers today that perhaps just doesn't make sense to us. There are just a lot of things that they find endearing, things that they enjoy, things that they believe, things that to them, that is the trend, that is how life is. That just doesn't make sense to you. As a baby boomer or millennial, right? That's what they're called, right? The Gen Zs are the other ones. Okay, let me not delve into what I'm not sure of. Okay, so I just want us to talk about these things, okay? Some of the things that maybe you think as a teenager you would like your parents to know. And then you, now that you are an adult, you were once a teenager. Are there things you also wished your parents knew? Can you remember any of those? Can you actually think about it right now and share with us on radio? All right. So 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0002, and 0817 923 0007, 0817 923 0007. Lawson is talking about what? The movie The Secret Life of an American Teenager. Well, that's not the movie I had in mind. It's actually The Secret Life of Pets. That's what I had in mind, actually. Yeah. And so I remembered it. But thank you all the same. Have I seen that movie? I don't know. I can't remember. Maybe I have. But was this an animation? Is this an animation? If it's not, probably I've not seen it. I like animated movies. I like animations. They're just my thing. I'm a cartoon kind of person. All right, let's get to the phone lines, please. 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0007. For WhatsApp messages, you can send them to 0809-030-6416. So this message here says, I wish my parents knew I was shy of girls. Maybe they would have helped me overcome my fear. I wouldn't have been in the position I'm in now, where approaching a lady is like climbing Mount Sinai for me. Dave. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. So what would you all right. So if you wish your parents knew some things, wouldn't it have been better if you actually told them? Yeah, but you know the thing about parents, right? So your boy child says he's shy about girls, or he's shy before girls. You go, my friends, when you're with your friends now, you will not be shy. Oh, come on. Oh, well. Thank you very much for sharing, Dave. Hi, Happiness.
I'm there with you.
You're welcome to the show. Please go ahead.
You're always welcome. Please, you are talking about the teenager, the secret that the teenager cannot reveal. I believe that is right.
Yeah, the secret life of teenagers. That's basically the conversation. So I'm asking things that you wish your parents knew about you as a teenager.
You know, this is mostly important. Talking about the life that a teenager can reveal, the secret that you can share with is especially ladies. You know, a lady has to be very close with her mother, especially talking about administration. Am I there? Are you there? Hello?
I'm listening and trying to understand where we're getting at, but I'm listening. All right, it happens sometimes. Oh, wow. Mr. Zion, please do well to call back. Okay, so I am not asking you to call and advise teenagers. I don't know if you're getting what I'm doing with this conversation. It's not about you advising teenagers right now. I want us to talk about things we wish our parents knew about us as teenagers. And the very first message here hits the nail on the head, and I like it. Dave says, I wish my parents knew that I was shy before girls. Perhaps they would have helped me to overcome the fear I have. Up till now, approaching a lady is such a big deal for me. So how about you? Right? So remember how I said that no matter how close a parent is to their child who is a teenager, there are things that teenager will never tell you. They won't tell you everything. And that's why it's not okay to assume that everything is fine just because they're not complaining about anything to you or sharing their troubles with you. So now that you are an adult, all right, if you are an adult listening to me, what are those things you wish your parents knew about you as a teenager? Hi, Mr. Zion.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, as for me, growing up as a child, I was this one that was strictly under parental guidance. Strict, underline that word. So which means my feelings, my fears, my wants, the ones I can explain are all pulled up, but the ones that I think are necessary to be shared. Those ones that have to do with my feelings for women, of course, cannot be shared. Keep quiet or else.
You couldn't even talk to your father about it?
Who are you going to explain that to? You know, that our generation is different from what is now. I'm telling you the truth. Even mommy, I want to go to a birthday. You have to be calculative. I'm going out. That was there, not now. By grace of God,
Hello?
There are teenagers with me right now.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, I tend to use those things I never benefited, I never saw or enjoy, use that in training them. Let me be honest to you. Any father that your daughter cannot tell you she has this feeling for a guy at a teenage age, Daddy, you are failed though. I spend time with my teenage girls. Well, I don't know if they are listening now. I don't know. But biologically, they are not mine.
Okay.
They're just living with me. But I just kind of protect them to that point that there is nothing these girls don't share with me. Late night, sometimes they wake me up. I want to talk to you. I give them that listening ear. Sometimes they come to the radio.
Oh, that happened. All right. Thank you very much for sharing with us, Mr. Zion. So for the boys, their feelings for girls. You know, some parents can swear by their grave that they've not entered, that their teenage daughter or son does not have a girlfriend or a boyfriend. Oh, they can swear that never, ever does not have. I know her. I trust her. Mommy, be careful. There are things they will never tell you. I'll be back.
You are tuned in to
Nigeria Info.
We'll be right back after this.
You send me the location.
Summer Splash Explosive Deal.
You seem to be in a different world from the adults. It's like, get it. These children, they don't understand life. Yeah. So one of the things, all right, so I have like some things I'm going to share with you, right, from the article I read. 5 things that your teenager needs you to know as a parent. So the number one thing is that you don't know what it's like to be a teenager. So not necessarily that, being a teenager today is harder than when it was your days as a teenager. But the thing is, it is really different. Yes, there is a lot for them to deal with. Oh, my goodness me. Social media is enough for them to actually deal with. Like that particular one, I think it tops every other thing. In your days as a teenager, you didn't have social media to deal with, right? You had people that everybody could see, and someone can actually warn you. Your parents could warn you. This person and that person, they are bad eggs. I don't want to see you with them. But these days, these kids, they've got friends that they don't know. There's a constant bombardment from social media, and they want to meet up with what nobody is expecting of them, really. Like, really. So they will tell you that you don't know what it's like to be a teenager. Yeah, there's a lot you get away with because you are an adult. People can excuse you. Oh, but they're not allowed. Nuh-uh. They just can't. So they just feel like you don't understand. There's a lot of pressure. You can say, but you can just say no. Like, it is not that easy to just say no to something. It is not that easy to just decide not to be a part of a circle. You are an adult. You've gone through that. You're no longer there. All right? You're not the one who is in this school. You're not the one who has to deal with having those classmates who don't talk to you. You're not the one who has to deal with feeling isolated. So you don't know what it feels like to be a teenager. So tell me, what is that thing that you wish your parents knew about you as a teenager? 0817-923-0002. Happiness, you called before, right?
I'm with you.
Okay.
No, there are things that I will discuss with my mom and I will not discuss with my dad.
Wow.
There are reasons behind that. Please share with me. I'm talking about feelings.
Something is interfering with the sound. Okay, it has stopped. It's back.
It's okay now. It's okay now.
Okay, it's okay now.
Okay. Right. So the reason I'm saying my dad will not understand is that my dad is somehow, can I call that? Doesn't tolerate so much, but my mom will understand more. So talking about feelings of discuss with my mom will accept it, and sometimes I have to go on the way that will help me, or have only one leg in case, so that I may not get any kind of problem. So now I am planning to get married, so I get one lady, and I am with that one lady starting from my 20 years till now. I'm 30 years now. So I'm preparing to get married. So talking about feelings, I discuss with my mom and now with my dad.
Wow. But do you wish your dad knew about that aspect of your life?
Pardon?
Do you wish your dad was more understanding to have that conversation with you?
Yes, I wish, but he doesn't. Mom understands more.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. I mean, because I feel like men or the males, they would rather have a conversation about their feelings with their fellow man.
Yes, you're right, but not all. Sometimes not all.
All right. Thank you very much for sharing. So, I don't know if you've seen Transformers. I don't know whether it's part 3 or part what, like a lot of movies these days, Sha. So, a particular scene where, I can't remember his name. You know, the young man that's always running around in that movie and screaming, right? So, those robots were in their home, making a whole lot of noise. And so his parents came to his room. In fact, they were standing at the door, and the father was counting that he's going to break the door if they don't open the door. What are all these voices I'm hearing, right? And so he finally opens the door. And then they're asking him, who are you in here with? Who were you talking to? We heard voices. And then he said, which voices? You guys are the ones making noise. And then the mom starts asking some really personal questions. And so he and his father, I mean, I thought they were both mother and father were quarreling with the boy, but immediately she touched a little bit on something that has to do with his sexual life. The man took sides with his son immediately, and they both faced the woman. No, now you cannot be delving in this particular one. It's not your jurisdiction. It's a conversation I can have with you. Why are you asking him that kind of personal question? You know, so I feel like most times that the men or the boys have conversations about their sexual feelings with their fathers than their moms. Maybe I might be wrong, because my last caller says, I'd rather have that conversation with my mom, because my dad is a straight jacket, old school guy. Just wouldn't want you to have that conversation with him. He will not understand. The secret life of teenagers. What do you wish your parents knew about you as a teenager? And I'd like to hear from you if you are a teenager as well. You don't necessarily have to call in and say your name, like your real name. You can use any other name, a pseudonym. Say anything. You can call in and say your name is Constance. And talk to us about what you wish your parents knew about you as a teenager. You can as well send me a message, all right? And you could as well use a pseudonym as well. I've said as well like 3 times in one sentence, but it's all good. What do you wish your parents knew about you as a teenager? And do you have a good enough, a close enough relationship, parent-child relationship, as a human being that you are? Talk to us about that as well. All right, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0002, and 0817-923-0007. This is part 1 of this conversation. We're going to have part 2. All right. So the first thing I shared with you that teenagers would like you to know as a parent is number 1, that you don't know what it's like to be a teenager. You don't understand. So they want you to know that you don't know. You think you know, you don't know. You think you understand, you don't understand. Because some parents will be like, I've been a teenager before. I've been through, you've not been through what I'm through right now. You were through your own. This is a different time. It's not the same as yours. So you don't know. All right. So the second thing is that even if you are close, yeah, I love you, mom. I love you, dad. But I will not tell you some things. There are some things I would never tell you, no matter how close you are. So please don't assume that all is well because we're not sharing our difficulties with you. 0817-923-0002. So that was the part where the writer highlighted about teenage depression. He said it was reading about teenage depression, and one of the girls who was interviewed talked about how much she was struggling, and how even though her mom was her best friend, she didn't want to share everything with her. And he says it was actually sobering to think about that, right? To think that even our ability to be close to our teenagers still doesn't guarantee that they will tell us everything. You know, I feel like sometimes teenagers keep things away from their parents, because I've been there myself, you know, because you feel like you're mature enough, or maybe you're grown enough now, or based on the way they've been relating with you, you feel like, okay, everybody expects that you can handle this. So you just keep it to yourself. You don't want to share with them because you feel like, I got this. Even when you're literally dying inside. But you just want to still prove. Not because there's a pressure from home or pressure from any... No, you're the one who's pressuring yourself. You're telling yourself, I got this. I can handle this. You want to prove something to them. You want to show that you're grown up now. You're a big girl now. You're a big boy now. So I can handle things. So regardless of how close you are to them, how cool you are as a parent, they won't tell you everything. There are some things that they will never share with you. And sometimes some of the things that teenagers refuse to share with their parents, or decide or choose not to share with their parents, is basically because they know the way you're going to handle it. Oh yeah, you're dramatic. Very dramatic mom, very dramatic dad. So they don't want all of that drama. So they keep it to themselves. You know, there are people, parents who have teenage children who have never asked any question pertaining to biology, the changes, the physical changes in their body, the emotional change. They have never asked their parents, and then their parents just choose on their own and decide that they have good children. You should be worried if your teenage child is not asking you those questions. Oh, you should be worried. Yeah, because they're not asking you. You should actually be worried. Yes, it's a cause for concern. Why? Because changes are happening in their body. There are changes, hormones. Some chemicals are beginning to show themselves. And so you should be having such conversations with them. Some parents don't even know the difference between knowledge and spoil. If a child becomes knowledgeable in anything, if a child gets information about something, it don't spoil. Yeah. So the child asks certain questions and you don't answer them. Sometimes you don't even know. You're just out of your illiteracy. All right, let's call it ignorance, not illiteracy. All right. So out of your ignorance, you don't even know how to approach that. You start shouting. So you are now? Are you saying? Calm down and have a conversation. You will not die. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0002. And 0817-923-0007. 0817-923-0007. So what are those things that you wish your parents rather knew about you being a teenager? What are those things? La 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 la. Well, I'm on Facebook, so get on Facebook and also share with us right there. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. And on Twitter or X, Nigeria Info PH. Even if we call it X, you still tweet. Yeah. Anyway, Sha. Alright, so this message here on WhatsApp says, greetings, presenter. I always never liked when my dad openly rebuked me in the midst of my friends. And also never allowed me to travel on social trips in my teenage years. It made me to keep from him, knowing how I do things. Elvis Mark. Oh my God. I understand what you're saying, Mr. Elvis. And I also understand why your father rebuked you in the midst of your friends. Because in his mind, he's also rebuking your friends. He's trying to help not just you, but also your friends. So that as they're seeing him rebuke you, they'll also take correction. I'm sure that's what he had in mind. He also never allowed you to travel on social trips in your teens. So that you'll not come and tell him someday that you gave one baby belly. Anyway. Or that you have gone to do one thing and police is looking for you. Like, yeah. So I shared with you, I think it was last week or maybe on Saturday, I was having a conversation, or I had a conversation with a man who has a son and a daughter. In fact, when she was going to the university, all they had to do was talk to her. And they were just good. They were fine. They felt like, yeah, she heard. She's going to do it. But he says, my son, talk to Kinney. I call him every day. Wait, talk to. I know that he's good. No, please, he's a boy. I will talk to him. I will threaten him. I will beg him. I will advise him. That is it with my boy. But with the girl, just talk to her, and she's heard. You're just okay. You know that she will do as you have said. She will do the right thing. But you see that young man. When I hear of any stories from his school, I'm calling him and I'm threatening him that I heard he was the one involved. He will now be saying, Dad, no, it's not me. Because I don't trust him. In my teens, I slept a lot. My parents made an issue out of it. Since I didn't get admitted into college that year, it was... Okay, they made it look like it was my fault until a matured counselor told them it's okay for teenagers to sleep a lot. But I never could sleep well. I'm in my late 20s and I still can't sleep completely without feeling guilty. Oh wow. Richard from Woji Estate. So this was something that was not handled properly, and right now someone is having to deal with that. I can imagine having a teenager around and they're just sleeping. People don't like that. You are lazy. Like you are lazy. You are sleeping. Every time you are sleeping. I think sometimes when you see some things happening with kids or with people around you, rather than criticize them or yell at them like parents in Africa like to do, maybe just simply Googling can help you. Yeah, sometimes we actually do not Google some stuff because we feel we got it all figured out. We don't ask, if I say ask questions, who will you ask now? Some people, the only person that can ask questions in their life is their pastor. And sometimes their pastor don't even know. And so, the ignorance, they will just be sharing it together like grace. So, if I say talk to someone, they might go and talk to their pastor, and then they'll say it's a marine spirit of sleep. Says a fly sleep spirit. And then they'll start binding and casting. And tomorrow the young man will go back and sleep. They'll not say that he's possessed. And the demon that possessed him is a stubborn demon. Alright, thank you very much for sharing, Richard. But I hope that you actually stop feeling guilty about sleeping. Alright, if you don't like that you are sleeping a lot, you can also do something about it. That's what I think myself. Alright, it's not like I've never been in that kind of position. Okay, maybe at some point in my life, but not as a teenager, always wanting to sleep. Okay, because another thing is, if you're not in someone's shoes, if you've not experienced it, you might never be able to explain it or understand it. But if you don't like something, you can change it. Yeah, like I said, Google can help you. You can always pray about things, right? Good afternoon, Constance. I think I had the best parents because my childhood and adolescence was really fun. I'm a child of old age to my dad. He was a prophet to my life. Like before I appeared to him, he will tell me. And that really helped me to a point I feel I didn't hide anything from him. All right. Thank you very much. What's your name though? Constance, good morning. It's afternoon. When I was a teenager, I was very close to my parents, especially my dad. Then I was intelligent to the extent of becoming a senior prefect, but I was a cultist from my 11th year till I became the head of our school cult group. Till when I left and joined higher education, graduated and repented and became a father today, my mom and my brothers can swear for me that I have never joined such a group. They never knew my social identity. Even my community people and my teachers never knew that I lived such a dangerous life. I'm anonymous. Wow. So, would you have preferred that they knew, Mr. Anonymous? Would you, okay, just imagine that period that you were in that cult group or before you joined. Do you wish that maybe you had a conversation with either your mom or your siblings or your dad and told them, this is what I want to get involved in? What if now, you say you repented and all of that, what if you get married and they are in a cult group? The question is for you, Mr. Anonymous. Alright, this message here from Anonymous, another Anonymous, says the closeness and trust for a teenager will be earned. Good person. So loose lip to the point of endangering me. It was ridiculous. It was almost like she craved attention or pity through me or my activities. And I was actually a very good girl. So I learned not to trust her or her motives. I wouldn't say I wish she knew the impact, because I'm sure she knew, and it doesn't matter now. I don't have teenagers yet, but knowing mine and my husband's temperaments, we shut down when we don't trust someone. So we're cultivating an environment where they can feel like we are trustworthy. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. So let's look at something else. Another thing that teenagers wish their parents knew about them, or what they feel or they wish that parents know about being a teenager. So the next one is unlimited choices create anxiety. Unlimited choices. If there are more and more choices, it actually creates anxiety. Some people feel that if you have more options, and a greater freedom to choose, then there's no fear. You should be happy. But then this man says no, it actually creates anxiety and fear. And the anxiety and fear is, what if I make the wrong choice? Because I have options. There are so many options available. What if I choose the wrong thing? It's good to have, some options. But when the options are unlimited, it can be paralyzing. So teenagers need their parents to know that they don't need access to everything. I hear some people say, because of the way my life went, because of the things I suffered, I don't want my children to suffer what I suffered. So they actually, no limits. They're running a family where everything goes. The children have access to any and everything. Nobody should stop them from anything. I don't think the children like it. And that's what this particular article says. It says, I have spoken with teenagers, and I know that they do not like it, that you're giving them unlimited access. So please set boundaries, all right? Don't be afraid to set limits where necessary. As a parent, it's very, very important. All right? Don't say, come and start pursuing them what they are doing with their phone so that they will not start hiding things from me. Set, what's it called? Screen time limits. No phones on the dining table. Okay, even if people eat in your rooms, no phones whenever you're eating, whether I'm there or not. Drop your phones while you're eating. You can also set a time in your home where you say, once it is 9 o'clock or 8:30, every phone is shut down. No screens at a particular time. And nobody grabs their phone before 5:30. You can only touch your phone after we have prayed in the morning. It is important. You don't allow your kids, they go out for a party and they come back whenever they want to. They have sense, they should do the right thing. Let them just tell me where they are. That's it. You're not helping them. Unlimited choices creates anxiety. So I'm receiving more messages than calls, so let's just run with that. Okay, another message here. Someone is laughing. He says, Constance is such a lovable and jovial, brilliant personality. I'm just enjoying myself listening to you, most especially the way you make it lively and fun. Oh, wow. Thank you. You say, anyway, based on your subject topic, some teenagers find it difficult to relate with their parents freely based on the kind of parents they have. Some parents are so harsh and stringent towards their children. No mutual relationship amongst the parents and children. So, dear, of them or of letting them know some certain things becomes challenging, even when they want to relate it to them. Maxwell Unna from Port Harcourt. Yeah, you're correct. You're correct. All right, thank you. I'm 32. My mother and siblings are asking why they've not seen me with a girl before. They look them, they laugh. Me, where they carry babes steady. And his name is Christian. He says not anonymous, but Christian. Your name is Christian and you're not behaving like a Christian. Eliwa. Kai. Not them. Okay, there's a message on Facebook. Future Junior says, yeah, my parents don't know I have a girlfriend, despite that I'm the only son. And there's some kind of do my mom does not know about. She can even swear that her son cannot do this kind of thing. Wow. So why do you keep these things from your parents? Especially when you know that they are actually bad. Well, experimenting is what it's called. You want to experiment. You want to learn by yourself. They say when you go there, those people, they are bad, they are evil, they are this. You're like, okay, I want to experience it myself. I want to be the judge of the evil that they are. Yeah, I've been in a situation where someone was trying to keep a boy from a girl because he's a bad boy. And that piqued her interest because she just wanted to know what is bad about this boy. Yeah, want to know what's bad about him. And that's it. They got close. And nobody knew. Some of the things that teenagers would like you to know about teenagers as a parent. They would like you to not just love them, but also like them. You know, there's a difference between love and like. Yeah, someone might say, but you cannot like somebody now and not love the person. We love everybody. But sometimes you don't like them. Because he's stubborn. If not that, you're my son. Let's go on a commercial break. I'll be right back to wrap up. Stay tuned.
Sincerely, I don't want to wait.
On the secret life of teenagers. Okay, so back to the question now. What is that particular thing you wish your parents knew about you as a teenager? All right, so this person, what's your name? Casual Plumber on Twitter says, yeah, when I was a teenager, now I'm 23, I really wanted my mom to know that firstly, I have been struggling with masturbation since age 14, which has grown to full-blown addiction to transgender porn. I don't think you'll understand. She's religious. You say, I was really a shy kid while growing up, so I guess that was part of it. And trust me, I'm sure your mom would like to know. But if you don't think that she's the right person to help you out, then you can talk to the right people. And then someone will ask me again, so who are the right people? I believe you have adults around you. So, yeah, you should be able to know. Maybe you mentioned about and ask to direct you to the right person that can help you. You know, sometimes people, when they're praying, oh God, remove this thing from me. You can actually pray, direct me to the right person that would help me. That could be the prayer you need to be making. Not, I don't want to feel like this again. It's not a demon, it's a feeling. You got emotions. I never prayed for them to know, but cultists of today feel they are doing best to the society by making it known. Anonymous, all right. Dave. Thank you very much. Okay, I gotta go. But before I leave, I've got like 2 more things to share with you about some of the things that teenagers wish or want you to know as a parent about them. They feel judged by everyone. That's another thing. Like, the thing is, a lot of people actually struggle with some level of insecurity around maybe what other people think about them. All right. But then it is also a mistake for you to now think that you know what it is like for your teenagers. Remember I mentioned social media. It has created this world that is both real and imagined. So they feel like that they are constantly being watched. They're watched by friends. They're watched by the world. Like, everybody is watching them to see what they're doing, to know how they are faring. So there's so much insecurity going on in their head. All right. So one of the things you can actually help your teenage child with is by setting limits on their social media use. And the last thing is that these children want to hear you say that you are proud. You might say, but when I tell her that I'm proud of her, she'll be making face. When I tell him, he will say it. Thank you very much for having this conversation with me. I'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. on the Midday Cruise. For now, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Find us on Facebook and follow Nigeria Info PH on Twitter. www.nigeriainfo.fm. That's our website. Don't forget, visit every day. You can also find me, Constance Mega, on Twitter and Constance Mega on Instagram, Threads, and LinkedIn. I'll see you. God bless you. The news comes right up. Stay tuned.